Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad you're with us on this Friday morning, wrapping up another good week on our show. We appreciate your loyal viewership and the feedback you give us. And we just ask you to continue to support our sponsors. Let's get started with our weather. Brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning. Drew Pollard, hard-working crew, taking care of everyday comfort needs. High today, folks, only 84. Like a little bit of coolness in the air. Sounds good. Low's going to be 70 even. The water temperature at the end of the pier brought to us by Maranta Coffee Company, Miss Ariel Payne Company. By the way, I'm going to have her on the show soon. It's gone up to 86. It was 85 yesterday. It's 86 today. But I do anticipate it going down a little bit with some of this rain. Got some rain coming in the area, some much needed rain, and we're glad about that, I'll tell you. Our river readings brought to us by Panama City, Coca-Cola, the Apalachicola Brunstown. It's at a 1.7, and there's not much movement on it. But take a look at the Choctaw at Caryville. There's hope in the future. It's right now 0.9. It's going up from 0.8 to 0.9, but with a little bit of rain, it's going to be going up a little bit. Not a whole lot, but we are going to get some little bit of movement on the Choctaw River. Our fishing, our tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. Low tide this morning at 10:26, and a high right for midnight about 12:15. Be coming in. Water's really clear now, just because it hasn't had much rain. Fishing game times brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers. We're looking at 2:41 to 4:41 this morning, and tonight or this afternoon 3:05 to 5:05. Our marine forecast be pretty calm, southwest at about 5 to 10. Not bad right there. Let's take a break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Yes, what's going on outdoors this weekend? I always try to keep people up to date. All excitement, or the big excitement now. How about dove season opening up tomorrow? I showed this the other day, September 27th, October 19th. And the good news, guess what, folks? I have been invited to a dove shoot tomorrow. Talking about excited, I don't know if they just felt sorry for me or what they were trying to do, but I'm so excited about it, I won't be able to sleep tonight. Get all my stuff out, and Gail just looks at me and shakes her head. She said, you look like you're getting a Christmas present. I said, well, it sort of is. I'm going to take my camera with me, but sometimes my camera is a deterrent to my enjoyment of the outdoors, because I like to video other people enjoy. I get enjoyment out of watching people enjoy the outdoors, if that makes sense. And so I'm going to try to balance it all out. I would like to shoot a few birds and bring them home for supper. So we'll just see, but I'm thoroughly looking forward to a dove shoot tomorrow. I know a lot of y'all out there are going to different places and all, so good luck, be careful, and good luck, and send us some pictures and all. And speaking of pictures, I always like to, let me see, I'm going to talk about this coming up later on, but Jim Lord sent me this, the river trek on Apalachicola. They're already getting ready for it, and it's going to be a big deal. They do it every year. The Apalachicola River Keeper. I've invited those folks to come on the show. I haven't heard back, but over the years they do a good job. I always have to take a picture of the Motor Homecoming Parade and the Homecoming Candidates. And don't you love it? That's their float, is the boat right there. And I will get them to come on the show pretty soon. All right. Now, I'll show this later. Okay. This is from my house. Gail put up a hummingbird feeder. And these two birds, they're like dive bombing each other. They just can't get along. I don't know. One of them wants to eat, and the other one don't want them to eat. And I just sit there fascinated. So I got my phone out, started shooting some video. Is that not amazing? And you wonder, why don't they just sit there and eat together and be happy and cooperate with each other? Okay, all right, look, that one, he keeps looking up. He can't get his beak down in there. So I zoom up a little bit. I wanted to name them, but they wouldn't be still long enough for me to figure out which is which. I mean, it's like dive bombs. Okay, so I mean, this went on. So okay, they went on. Then I shot just a little bit more, because he's getting closer. He's ready to get his beak down and get some food, and but he's got to fight off the other one. Is that not nature at its finest? You know, the hummingbirds are migrating now, and every year they sort of come by the house. I'm going to tell them they're going to play nicer if we're going to feed them. But what happened, we had 3 of them. One of them came in and started having 3 of them there. Boom. Isn't that amazing? Anyway, I could go on and on about it, but I just wanted to share the video with you. Okay, football season's here. I ran across this the other day. This is funny. I didn't really know this story, but Auburn and Georgia Tech, 1896, Auburn students greased the tracks of the train carrying Georgia Tech's team. The train slid past the Auburn station, forcing the players to walk back into town before the kickoff, which is a big deal. Auburn won 45-0, and they still talk about that prank coming on. And talking about the history and all, I was talking to, when I had Rick Corley on yesterday, I kept bringing up Hawk Massalina in that period of time, but I was wrong. It was his dad, Jose Massalina, during the Civil War period and after that, and then Hawk came in later. But they all were fishermen and all. I wanted to correct that from yesterday. Okay. So anyway, Georgia Tech won the game. All right, here we go. Also coming up this weekend, September 27th, I mentioned this to help support the St. Andrew and St. Joseph Bays Estuary program. They're having a race for the bays. It's a good fundraiser for them, and all that does is goes to the program trying to help out our bay system, and we all need to do everything we can in any way we can. Okay, and Moser Bassmasters, they participated last weekend, Saturday. They had on Lake Seminole, and well represented Sunday. You see the standings there. Had some girls fishing it too, and it was a good weekend. Mason Daniels, Carter Myers, Austin Lee, Gage Fowler, Mason, then Reese Anaya, and Lincoln Anaya. Okay, so here I'm just going through the picture real quick. It's just good to see. And what happened? These are some nice, healthy fish out of Lake Seminole. Okay, and just a good group of them there, and a team picture, and then show them at the weigh in right there. But this was caught off the dock at the campground. That's why this picture was so cool. Right there off the dock at the campground. So I thought that was really cool. Good job. Okay, now I want to show this picture again. This is Norman Thibodeau and his wife Ruth. Okay, remember the early part of the week, the computer's going out, so I was sitting up there by the TV. We had to sort of show an angle, and you didn't get a really good size of the fish. And Ruth caught about a 19-pounder, a lot bigger than Norman, and we didn't do it justice showing pictures. I'm showing it again. Here it is right there. They'd gone fishing right here with at the Scipio Creek Marina with a Burl Raphael, but isn't that a great mess of fish right there? This was like 2 weeks ago when they caught him, but Norman sent it to me, so I wanted to make sure we give her due justice on the size of that fish. Let's take a break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. In the early part of the week, I showed us some pictures of the SEA divers out of the Vernon area cleaning up Holmes Creek. And I got this little video here. It's a good picture I showed you, but it was a still picture. So this video here, they took, and this is just a good video. And look at all the stuff coming out of Holmes Creek this past weekend. And a group of folks did it. Those scuba divers just got underwater there. Look at a fan. Who wants to throw a fan, in the water? Take it to the dump. And then right here, you're just peeling up stuff, and just the silt had settled in it. And this is just a really good video of them actually doing the work. It was 640 pounds of trash that they got. It's just a really, again, there are 3 cell phones. Somebody lost their cell phones. I don't think they threw those over on purpose. And beer cans, that's disgusting. Beer cans, and look at all the folks helping out. And I just diving mask, people also mask and snorkel. And it was just that's a chair. Somebody threw the chair in it. Okay, here we go. You'll see all getting together. They had a nice little boat there to bring stuff. There's a chair. That's why we have dumps, and kids helping out too. All right. So that's pretty well, okay. They had a great time, 640 pounds. All right. So anyway, I wanted to just show you that, and it is so important that Holmes Creek is a beautiful creek, as all our creeks are. and for that, for folks to throw trash in it, there's just no excuse in it. So thank you all for cleaning it up like that. Okay, I want to move on. I got some more pictures here. Let me see. Also, talking about the bass fishing clubs, Brad Tillman posted this. Travis said, we're looking for, in the center, we're looking for 4 volunteer captains to help with this weekend's tournament kickoff, but anytime you can help, and Brad Tillman is a volunteer, and you don't have to be a pro to take a team fishing, you just make some lifelong friends. Anytime you can help out, just taking a boat out, let the kids fishing, that'll be good. David Bird sent this. If this is at the Big River, okay, and we're talking about, 1 point so-and-so and point so-and-so, but look at across the water. I mean, you can see, this is the Apalachicola River. You can see how low it is. And the dam is just, they've closed the gates completely. This is right here. This was interesting. This is over there in actual Mobile Bay. But this guy called he caught a tagged flounder, okay? And it was 15 inches, and they caught it last June, so they just caught it, it was just recaptured, okay? In 440 days, it grew to 19 inches, and it traveled 100 miles. But what was cool, and you can see it on the map here, it was tagged in that area, and they recaptured them in that area. It was tagged up that little creek there, and recaptured a year, 400-some days later. You don't think they come out of the same area? Is that not cool? But it grew a lot too. They want to share that with you. Okay. Coming up also Saturday, October 11th, the Southern Catfish Association, they're having another tournament and having a big fish fry too. That's on October 11th at the Chattahoochee Park Landing. All right, now this is important. It's coming up next week, September 30th. That will be, I believe, Tuesday. Their in-person workshop on the recreational harvest proposed rule. Okay, it's going to be one meeting there, and then the next week it's going to be the same place, I believe, the county commission room. The one's going to be the Chapman Auditorium. But anyway, there's the 2 workshops where they're going to be talking about the harvesting oysters out of Apalachicola Bay coming up. This was cool. Juniper has just been special to them. This coming out of Sop Choppy, and the guy talking about his grandfather planted juniper trees before I was born. A couple fell during the hurricane, so he carved this out of them. But that's juniper, and my grandfather built his boats out of juniper. Got them built down on the river, and that juniper is such good wood. I've never seen it carved like that. So I just thought that was cool to share. Okay, they only had a couple hundred permits, but 160,000 people applied, and a lot of these people are applying for the bear hunt to keep hunters from getting a permit. So the Florida Wildlife Commission is taking some safeguards to try to prevent this and not letting these people, that you have to have so many years of experience or whatever. I don't know the details, but anyway, they did get a good amount of money for people applying that's not going to hunt it. 160,000, I think it was what, $40 to $50 to apply. So that's good extra money right there. Carabel, I'm talking about this on Carabel Fishing, talking about it on my report. Looking at the blue tail on these redfish, these big redfish, but catching them in the surf there, Brian Woodall. Okay, this is cool. These St. Joe folks on the Turtle Patrol, this one was stuck under a root, and they got him out headed in the right direction. So the Turtle Patrol, they were to say 131. Okay, made it out. 131 hatch. That was a good one. This is my teaching friends. One of the teachers posted this. This is a teacher giving instruction to their class. Sometimes you think you're talking to a brick wall. Are y'all listening to me? Here it is. I'll listen. And I just thought it was funny. We're going to talk about Spanish, catching nice Spanish over in Chattahoochee Bay. That big one was 26 inches long. What a cool, they're still catching them. Okay, my hunters coming up. All right, squirrels getting ready to rustle leaves during deer season. If you've been out there in that tree stand, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You think there's a big buck walking up, and you hear and you turn around and look, and finally look around, there's a squirrel in the leaves, and they make so much noise that they're getting ready, lifting weights to have a good to really scare folks right here. Right here, this is interesting now. I run a quail farm in North Florida and raise about 45,000 quail a year. Had one of my big plantations I sell to get bought out, and he had contracted for 20,000 of my birds. If anyone knows a plantation or just somebody want to buy some quail, people always ask me about this. Here it is right here. Buy some quail if you want to try to replant them or eat them or whatever. Jonah Lawhon, 850-445-8399. So that's interesting. You got 20,000. Now I'm going to talk next week about the fishing rodeo coming up. So anyway, we're going to have some guests coming on the show Monday. That's coming up next weekend, the Panama City Beach Fishing Rodeo. But that's quail, that's important there. That's, people always ask me, where can I get some live quail? And you might want to just keep some in a pen and eat them a little bit at a time. The old folks did that. All right, let's get ready for our drawing. We always enjoy doing our drawing, and we're winding the year down. I mean, we're about to hit October. All right, here we go. The big fried mullet plate from Gene's Oyster Bar. And the winner is, from Panama City, Tristan Westbrook. Let's go over to Drop and Dock and get our $20 gift certificate. And the winner from Ponce de Leon, Debbie Colmetz, the Colmetz family up there. And we're looking at the big red snapper. Folks, we had some last Sunday. We ate some that I caught recently, and it was so good. And this one's from Clarksville, Georgia, John Anglin. Panama City, Ponce de Leon, and Clarksville, Georgia are the winners. And I'm telling you, I'll have the video of the trip we took with Billy Archer. We were eating some of that fish the other day, and it was just we had a Sunday dinner. We had scallops, we had red snapper grill, a fried scallop, red snapper grill, and also some deer sausages. I'd harvested all three of those, and we just had the very best meal and had a great time. But man, it was good. All right, we're going to take a break, come back with our famous Friday fishing forecast. Okay, welcome back. Welcome to Famous Friday Fishing Forecast, brought to us by Jessica Ling Insurance and Financial. We appreciate their support they give us on the show here. We when we do these fishing reports, I glean all this information from people I hear from, and also the sites I look for. And it's really a lot easier now doing fishing reports than it was way back in the day when you just had to call people up all the time and find out. But I want to talk about freshwater first. Of course, as we talked about all week, the rivers are low. Really low. So of course be careful on it, but here's the advantage of having low river. The fish will start going into deeper holes, and you sort of pinpoint and get to a group of fish a lot quicker off both river systems. They're going to hold up and go up in these sloughs. These sloughs have sort of lost a lot of water, and you can get back in there to a deep hole. If you know, some of you old timers know where those deep holes are, so look around for those. They're going to move around. But be careful in your boat. Over on Choctaw River, the reports I've gotten over there, they've caught some nice bass at Cow Lake, and also the shellcracker bite has been really strong off the Choctaw, different parts of the Choctaw River. I saw some really good pictures of some shellcracker being caught. I don't know, you don't sell them. Bay fishing. You saw the picture earlier. Spanish mackerel in Choctaw Bay and also in San Andrew Bay. The Spanish mackerel have been biting pretty strong there. The redfish bite continues to be good. We're looking at a situation where ladyfish, a lot of folks are catching ladyfish now, not just in the bay, but also in the surf. And one of the divers went out, and because they thought it was ladyfish, they went under and they saw a bunch of juvenile tarpon. That's interesting. They saw them jumping all from a distance, and they were able to get down on the water and look at them. Juvenile tarpon, so that's really good. Surf fishing, whiting is doing okay, and the bull reds, you saw the picture earlier, a lot of bull reds are being caught in the surf, so all throughout the area. Near shore, caught some good king mackerel being caught, and a mahi, the little juvenile mahi bite. They found some weed lines, no secret to that, found some weed lines and caught some really good mahi off the weed lines. And also the pier fishing. How about blackfin tuna and sailfish? You saw the pictures early part of the week off the DeVar Pier, the Okaloosa Island Pier. I don't know about our local pier here in Panama City Beach. I haven't got a report from there. but it's been interesting. It tells you a lot about it. So different areas to go. Freshwater, again, the river system is going to be low, but it's going to be pinpointed really good there. Let's just start over here. Let's start in Carabel this week. Last week I was in the Choctawhatchee Bay. Now let's go in here to, I can promise you, right here on St. George Island, I hadn't talked about a state park, but on the inside of St. George Island, there's going to be some good trout fishing and bass fishing right in here. I've caught them before. I haven't talked much about the pier right here, the old bridge, but it's a good time of the year. It's going to start to cool down a little bit. This time next week, we're going to give a report. We're going to be in October. Okay, going across here, the flats. I have not talked much about fishing the flats. All these areas here, we just haven't had a chance to go. So, but these rivers are going to be low in here, and it's going to be salty, okay? And so the redfish and trout will be up in the East River and the St. Mark's River. That's just a unique area. Moving over really quick to surf fishing, of course, the Cape, and I talked about St. Joe a lot last weekend. Let's move on over here to St. Andrew Bay, East Bay. East Bay producing Sandy Creek right here. The Sandy Creek area right through here is going to be a good spot. Okay, remember the Tyndall Bridge? I'm talking about catching some bull reds at the Tyndall Bridge. They've closed off part of the bridge now, but the dock coming out. Okay, Earl Gilbert Park, and there's a dock and all that. So move on real quick. Gotta get on out of here shortly. Again, this area right here in the past, the beach fishing rodeo be starting this time next week, and it's going to be happening right here at Captain Anderson Marina, and it's going to be the headquarters of it. Okay, so again, go over here to Phillips Inlet. We'll get to Phillips Inlet real quick. I haven't talked a lot about it lately, but that's going to be Lake Powella, as the natives call it. Anyway, I'm running out of time. Okay, go fishing this weekend. Do something good for someone else. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the outdoors and take care of it, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.